I took Dominique's hand and I turned to my left, still holding her hand. The cab struck me. I flew up over the hood of the car. Amazingly, I got right up. I looked around for Dominique and saw that the cab had pushed her up against the wall of the nightclub. And I don't remember specifically what I saw. I do know that I looked at her leg and was pleading for someone to come help her.
The life of Dominique Gambale changed forever when she was hit by a taxi cab as she and her husband left the Stingery nightclub.
The instant that it all occurred, you just don't know. It really is just a feeling of horror that you could lose somebody that's that close to you.
I woke up on the operating table and the word amputation came out.
Dominique is the most genuine, down-to-earth person that you would probably ever meet, because she is so friendly and genuine and sincere and nice. Those are all the qualities that really kind of make her stand out.
There's so much worse than me out there. I know this, and I'm so blessed to have my leg, and I'm so grateful to have my life.
My initial evaluation of Dominique, of her right leg, was a severe injury. It was near circumferential injury, showing her bone and muscles all the way around, and she had free-floating bone, and it was highly contaminated of debris. I've been in situations where the patient clearly lost a limb because of the extent of this injury, and very rarely that we're able to save this limb based on the amount of energy absorbed during the initial injury.
A little bit hard to compare injuries in the two sectors, military and civilian. Injuries we see on deployment, we've never really seen them before, ever. These are high energy injuries from these IEDs and blast injuries. Devastating injuries that really don't equate to any kind of civilian pedestrian trauma.
Being in the military and having experience taking care of trauma patients involved in conflict, you see a large number of these patients with some very significant injuries in a very short period of time. So you haven't seen them often. You tend to get a little crazy, and people tend to lose their cool a little bit. But when you've seen it over and over again, like anything, you start to get comfortable with it and start to think about an injury and try and picture what you want it to look like at the end, instead of being all caught up at what it looks like at the beginning.
As she lay on the ground, a former Marine jumped in and tied a tourniquet around her crushed right leg.
She was taken to the operating room by Dr. Gonzalez that night. Had initially an external fixator placed to try and give some stability to her bad injury. When she went back to the operating room with me on Monday morning, a lot of the skin that had been attempted to be saved on the first night with Dr. Gonzalez had now necrosed or died, so that skin had to be removed. She had lost also some muscle tissue that needed to be removed as well.
We had to talk about the possibility of amputation, which is really hard for a young mother who's active, who plays tennis every day. But the patient has to know what their options are. What are the possibilities? If we fail, where are we going to end up? Trying to figure out the math. Can we save this human being's leg? Can we give her a good quality of life? Thankfully, within reason, every one of the surgeries that we did went really, really well. And perhaps it is a testament to Paul's training as an experience as a trauma orthopedic surgeon. He's really good at it.
Paul Gerard is my angel, and without him, I wouldn't have my leg, and I'll be forever thankful that he's come into my life. We're so fortunate that he was the surgeon that we had, and that his expertise in working with similar injuries allowed him to rebuild my leg, and I'm very, very lucky to have had that.
My ultimate goal for Dominique would be to have a pain-free limb and to be able to walk without a limp. That would be fantastic. Sports would be icing on the cake, but I think that's within the realm of possibilities. It's a high goal, but she's worked really hard.
Just the other day, my son asked if he could dance with me to Christmas music, and I never thought I'd be able to do that.